Why do you want to mount another comeback?
Come back to what point? I'd like to come back to just playing golf again. I hadn't played golf in a long time. It's been a tough year. I've had a lot of things happen on and off the golf course.
Tiger Woods, the name that has defined golf for more than 2 decades, was widely believed to be in a phase of careful retirement. Observers assumed he was slowing down, selectively appearing at high-profile events, managing a body that had endured the relentless grind of professional competition, and taking moments of quiet reflection after years of near-mythical achievement. Yet, just when fans and analysts thought they understood the next chapter of his story, Tiger quietly rewrote the script. Out of nowhere, he pulled the spotlight back toward himself, and the entire golf world stopped, watched, and started asking questions. Lately, the buzz surrounding Tiger has been growing louder, and unlike before, it doesn't feel like idle chatter. Reports of unexpected interviews, sudden appearances at practice facilities, and subtle hints about new equipment and faster swing speeds have fueled speculation. None of these signs point toward a man who has fully stepped away from competition. Instead, they suggest someone who is thinking strategically, someone who is perhaps laying the groundwork for another significant chapter in his career. Insiders speak in hushed tones about preparation, timing, and long-term planning that goes far beyond ceremonial appearances. The chatter isn't nostalgic reminiscing. It's tactical, deliberate, and carefully measured. Those close to the game have started connecting the dots, asking a question that resonates across locker rooms, practice ranges, and tournament offices alike. Why now? What exactly is Tiger Woods planning? And why does it feel like it's more than just a casual return to the spotlight? Those who have followed a career closely note a shift in tone whenever Tiger speaks publicly. Gone is the voice of the reflective elder, the man content to take limited swings and savor symbolic moments. Instead, there's a forward-looking, goal-driven mindset. He speaks of measured physical progress, pushing limits responsibly, and even hints at objectives stretching well beyond the next few months. This isn't a language of retirement. It's a language of preparation, of strategy, and of a comeback that could change the contours of the sport yet again. The implications of such a move are enormous. Every time Tiger Woods re-enters the public conversation with purpose, the landscape of professional golf shifts. Schedules are adjusted, tournament narratives are rewritten, sponsorship priorities shift, and media attention pivots immediately. In every corner of the sport, from leadership offices to practice ranges, Tiger's influence is tangible. And right now, that influence appears to be building momentum in a way that no one can ignore. To understand why this moment feels so different, one must consider the broader context of 2026. The PGA Tour is not simply approaching another season. It is entering a transitional period. Tournament structures are evolving. Sponsorships are reassessing priorities, and leadership is still trying to define what professional golf should look like in a new era. Amidst this uncertainty, the presence of a figure like Tiger Woods carries extraordinary weight. His actions or even hints of action can shape schedules, alter the competitive landscape, and influence the sport's trajectory in ways few other athletes could. By 2026, Tiger will be in his early 50s, yet he carries the weight of decades of experience, countless comebacks, and a level of mental toughness rarely seen in any sport. For years, the conventional wisdom was simple. Tiger would appear selectively, savor symbolic moments, and avoid pushing his body too far. That narrative made sense, offering fans a manageable, almost ceremonial engagement with one of golf's greatest figures. It was safe, comfortable, and respected. But what is happening now is anything but safe or predictable. The latest reports and insider observations are not asking if Tiger is fading. They're asking what comes next. The questions themselves change the conversation entirely. Analysts have noted a new tone in his public statements, one that is less reflective and more assertive, less about honoring past accomplishments, and more about defining future potential. Observers are beginning to discuss timelines, preparation schedules, and the possibility of selective competition. This is a sharp pivot from the previous narrative of graceful decline. The subtleties are striking. Tiger's recent appearances at practice facilities are not casual. They are deliberate. Observers describe his movements as measured and purposeful, with a steadiness and rhythm that suggests genuine progress. His balance, his swing mechanics, and even his overall presence on the course seems sharper than expected for someone who has endured as many injuries and competitive pauses as he has. Each of these subtle signs contributes to a growing consensus that Tiger might be quietly preparing for more than just a few ceremonial rounds. Equipment choices have also fueled speculation. Those close to the game note Tiger's meticulous attention to his tools, new clubs, tested shafts, and data-driven analysis of performance metrics like distance, accuracy, and swing speed. These aren't the details a retired legend casually discusses. They are markers of professional athlete assessing competitive readiness, and they have sparked intense discussion among coaches, analysts, and tour insiders. Every comment, practice clip, and observation is now dissected for clues. It's not nostalgia, it's strategy. Behind the scenes, the conversation about 2026 has started shifting in remarkable ways. Tournament organizers are reportedly leaving windows open in their schedules to accommodate potential Tiger appearances. Sponsors are monitoring every hint for potential marketing opportunities, and media outlets are preparing for spikes in engagement should he step back into the spotlight. The potential impact isn't theoretical, it's concrete. TigerWoods still carries influence over the sport in a way that few, if any, athletes ever have. Fans, too, are responding. Ticket sales spike, digital engagement rises, and social media metrics explode whenever Tiger is mentioned. His presence, or even the suggestion of it, makes the sport feel more alive, more unpredictable, and more compelling. In an era filled with rising stars and consistent performers, Tiger's ability to dominate attention remains unmatched. His influence extends beyond individual tournaments. It shapes the broader conversation about the sport's direction, its narratives, and its priorities. The ripple effects extend to the players themselves. Competitors openly acknowledge, sometimes privately, sometimes in public interviews, that Tiger's presence would affect how they prepare and approach tournaments. Facing Tiger Woods, even in a selective schedule, would require them to elevate their game, recalibrate strategies, and rethink expectations. He remains a generational benchmark, a measure of excellence against which every contemporary player is subconsciously compared. From a commercial standpoint, Tiger Woods' potential return carries enormous consequences. Sponsors, broadcasters, and event organizers all recognize the unique value he brings. Social media engagement surges, ticket sales spike, and television viewership experiences measurable increases whenever Tiger is in the conversation. These effects are not anecdotal. They are documented across decades of competitive history. Even in his 50s, Tiger Woods is not just a player. He is a brand, an institution, and a gravitational force within golf. Data and analytics are being scrutinized more than ever. Observers are measuring swing speed, body mechanics, and practice efficiency against historical benchmarks from previous comebacks. Every subtle movement is analyzed, every practice video frame by frame reviewed. This detailed examination is a testament not only to Tiger's enduring skill, but also to the collective recognition of his potential influence. In Tiger's world, preparation is never accidental. If these small but consistent improvements are real, they may signal that a new, calculated phase of his career is already in motion. This brings us to the most intriguing question of all. What exactly could Tiger's return look like? Some insiders speculate on a limited schedule, carefully curated events where preparation meets strategic opportunity. Others imagine selective participation in major championships, where his mental toughness and experience could yield extraordinary results. Some even suggest a broader influence Tiger Woods shaping the sport's structure, policies, and priorities while still competing at an elite level. In any scenario, his presence alone is enough to shift perspectives and recalibrate expectations. The tension builds because Tiger Woods, unlike any other golfer, doesn't merely join the narrative, he becomes it. When he steps onto a course, the entire ecosystem adjusts. Players, media, fans, and sponsors all respond. It's an influence rooted not only in skill, but in history, credibility, and unique understanding of the sport's psychology. Even whispers of his potential participation are enough to send ripples across tournaments, broadcasts, and fan engagement. As the PGA Tour moves toward 2026, the subtle signals have multiplied. Confident practice swings, deliberate training sessions, equipment testing, and carefully worded comments all point to stories still being written. While nothing has been officially confirmed, the collective anticipation is palpable. Even without a press conference, Tiger Woods communicates through action, presence, and consistency. That quiet power has always defined him, and it continues to command attention today. In conclusion, Tiger Woods is not fading into history. He is quietly shaping what might be his next chapter. Whether it manifests as a selective schedule, a major championship focus, or a broader leadership role, the golf world is listening, watching, and preparing. The energy around him is electric, the anticipation real, and the potential consequences vast. For fans, competitors, and sponsors alike, one thing is certain. Tiger Woods still controls the temperature of professional golf, and in 2026, that influence could be felt more acutely than ever before. This isn't about nostalgia. This isn't about ceremonial appearances. This is about strategy, preparation, and the unmistakable sense that Tiger Woods, even in his early 50s, is far from finished. And for a sport that has grown up watching him define excellence, that realization sends a powerful, exhilarating shockwave across every fairway, gallery, and scoreboard.